Welcome back to the channel. Today I'd like to talk about something fundamental in the world of digital money: Bitcoin versus other cryptocurrencies. What sets it apart? If you're new here, this is all about growing the Bitcoin education network, one video at a time. So let's dive in and explore why Bitcoin stands head and shoulders above the rest. Imagine a crowded room of over 10,000 cryptocurrencies, each one shouting for attention, promising to be the next big thing. You've got Ethereum with its smart contracts, Ripple with its bank-friendly pitch, and 1,000 others with names that sound like they were invented by a random word generator. Then there's Bitcoin, quiet, steady, and commanding the lion's share of the space without even trying. What makes it so different? Why does it matter? That's what we're unpacking today. First off, let's talk about the foundation. Bitcoin was the original, launched in 2009 by Satoshi Nakamoto. It didn't just create a new currency, it birthed an entirely new asset class. No other cryptocurrency can claim that kind of pedigree. It's been battle-tested for over 15 years, surviving hacks, bans, and market crashes that would have sunk lesser projects. Meanwhile, most altcoins, those other cryptocurrencies, pop up, ride a hype wave, and often fade into obscurity. Bitcoin's longevity isn't just impressive, it's a testament to its design. That brings us to decentralization, the beating heart of what makes Bitcoin unique. Unlike many altcoins, Bitcoin has no central authority, no CEO, no headquarters you can storm with pitchforks when things go wrong. It's a network of thousands of nodes spread across the globe, run by people like you and me, ensuring no single point of failure. Compare that to, say, Ethereum, where a handful of developers can push updates that change the rules, or some obscure altcoin where the founders hold half the supply. Bitcoin's decentralization is unmatched, and that's not an opinion. It's a fact baked into its code. Now, let's look at the numbers. As of today, March 19th, 2025, Bitcoin accounts for over 60% of the total cryptocurrency market cap. That's more than 6 times the size of its nearest competitor. Think about that for a second. In a sea of thousands of projects, one single network holds more value than all the others combined. Why? Because people trust it. Institutions trust it. Even governments grudgingly have to acknowledge it. No other cryptocurrency comes close to that kind of dominance. Part of that trust comes from Bitcoin's fixed supply. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin, ever. That scarcity is hard-coded, enforced by math and miners who secure the network. Altcoins? Many of them have no cap at all, or they let developers tweak the supply whenever it suits them. Ethereum, for instance, used to have an uncapped supply before shifting gears, but it still relies on upgrades that Bitcoin would never dream of needing. Bitcoin's predictability is a feature, not a bug. It's digital gold, while most altcoins are more like monopoly money with better marketing. Speaking of security, Bitcoin's network is a fortress. It's powered by the largest computing network on the planet, far more powerful than anything else in the crypto space. Miners dedicate massive resources to protect it, and the proof of work system ensures every transaction is ironclad. Other cryptocurrencies often cut corners, using proof of stake or some hybrid model that's faster but less secure. Speed's nice, sure, but when you're storing wealth, security trumps everything. Bitcoin's been running non-stop since day one, and no one's cracked it yet. That's not luck, that's engineering. Now, about halfway through here, if you're enjoying this video, please consider sharing it with a friend or family member who might find it useful. And if you want to subscribe for more, feel free to hit that button. It helps keep this going. Let's shift to adoption. Bitcoin isn't just a speculative toy for traders, it's a global phenomenon. Major companies like Tesla, MicroStrategy, and even nations like El Salvador have embraced it. Wall Street's got Bitcoin ETFs, futures, and custody solutions. You can buy a coffee with it in some places, or a house if you're feeling flush. Altcoins? Most of them are still begging for relevance outside niche online communities. Bitcoin's brand is the gold standard, literally and figuratively, and that recognition drives its staying power. Regulatory clarity is another edge. Governments might not love Bitcoin, but they've had over a decade to figure out how to deal with it. In the US, it's classified as property, and there's a framework for how it's taxed and traded. Altcoins, on the other hand, are a regulatory mess. Many get labeled as securities, dragging them into legal quicksand, or worse, they get shut down overnight. Bitcoin's not immune to scrutiny, but it's got a head start that others can only envy. Then there's the ecosystem. Bitcoin has the most financial products. Think Lightning Network for fast payments, or tools like Liquid for advanced users. It's got the best wallets, the most developers, and a community that's obsessive about keeping it pure. Altcoins often promise flashy features, smart contracts, DeFi, NFTs, but they're built on shaky foundations that collapse under pressure. Remember Terra Luna? Exactly. Bitcoin doesn't need to reinvent itself every year. It just works. Here's a dry little thought. If altcoins were cars, most would be shiny prototypes that break down on the highway. Bitcoin's the old truck that's been running for 15 years without a tune-up. It's not glamorous, but it gets the job done. And it'll still be around when the prototypes are rusting in a junkyard. One final point. Holding your own keys. With Bitcoin, you can and should take control of your wealth. No banks, no exchanges, just you and a hardware wallet. That's real freedom. Altcoins might offer the same in theory, but their networks are often less reliable, and their communities are more likely to push you towards centralized platforms that can vanish or get hacked. Bitcoin's ethos is self-sovereignty, and the tools to make it happen are battle-tested. So, what sets Bitcoin apart? It's the original, the most decentralized, the most secure, the most adopted, and the only one with a fixed supply that can't be messed with. Altcoins might grab headlines, but they're playing catch-up to a giant that's already won the race. If you're serious about understanding the space, Bitcoin's where you start and frankly where you finish. By the way, if you're looking for more solid Bitcoin insights, please consider checking out Matthew Kratter's Bitcoin University page. He's been at this for years, breaking it down with clarity and depth, well worth your time. Next time, we'll dig into the Genesis block, Bitcoin's starting point, something every newcomer should understand. Until then, keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you in the next one.